Okay. Is it audible? Can you hear me? Good morning. Okay, so now let us join our class. Once again, let me start. So, till now we have discussed about, we were discussing about what is called our statics, and we will again begin with the statics only, and in that we have seen many things and many things we have to see. So let us 1 second just. Okay, so let us start without making delay. So far we was discussing about statics. In that we had seen some part. Okay, see here we were discussing about mean of given data. So what do we mean by mean? Mean means average. So when our average was given, when our data was given, then we was finding mean. So we have learned only to find the mean of individual data. So there are three type of data. One data can be given as individual, another can be given in a group, and next can be given in a classified data. There are three types of data. One is group data, individual data, and classified data. So we are going to discuss about first we will see group data, then we will go to the classified data. After that we will go for calculation of mode, median. So let me start with group data. So here we had given x, I and f, frequency and x value. X value means, x means what? Given data something like 100, 50, 60, 90, 20, 3, 5, 7, 9, 10, and we were writing a table of xf, xifi, and here we are multiplying these two, we are getting 300 250, 420, 810 and 200, and we are adding these all values. So here we are writing summation of f. If we are finding the summation of f, we are getting 10, 15, 25 and 30. This is 34. If you add once 10, 20, 20 and 14 is 35. If you add these two, then you are getting here summation of fx, fy, xi. You are getting 200, 1010, 1430, then 1680, 1980. Check calculation. And then our mean was x bar. We are writing summation of fx divided by summation of f. So here our summation is 1980 divided by summation of this is 34. So you calculate the value, it will be mean. This is called group data. Now this data can be also given in a this method already I have discussed, as well as I have discussed for assumed mean method. Both method we have discussed, assumed mean method as well as direct method. This is called direct method. Next we are going to see when it will be given in a class, then how can we find its mean? If it will be given in a chart table, how can we find its graph mean? So let me write topic. Topic will be mean of classified data. So mean of classified data. So classified data, we are going to discuss about the mean of a classified data. Here our data will be given in interval in a class. Like you see, suppose I want to go for survey and I want to survey for a student exam, and if we are getting a marks obtained by a student, so if I had surveyed 20 marks to 30 marks, 65 a student got, 60 a student marks was between 20 and 30, and 30 to 40, 30 a student was there who had scored between 30 to 40, and 40 to 50 total student was 60, and 50 to 60 20, and 60 to 70 let's say 25. This was a score scored by a student. I want to find the mean. So first of all we should know that this is called class. These all intervals are called class. So in this class, this is called lower limit and this is called upper limit. So this will be called lower limit. Lower limit. And this will be called upper limit. Upper limit of this class. Similarly, for this class, 30 will be called lower limit and 40 will be called upper limit. Similarly, for this class, 40 will be lower limit and 50 will be upper limit. So similarly, we have all the classes and it have a lower limit and upper limit, and difference between these two, difference between upper limit and lower limit is called class, what is called class length. So class length will be, this is called a class mark also. Class length will be this minus this, means 30 minus 20, that is 10. And here also say 40 minus 30, 10 here, 10 here, 10 here. Every time this is difference of upper limit and lower limit is called class length. This is a class and data is given here. That means 60 here I am writing marks, and here I am writing number of a students. So we can say that between 20 to 30, 60 students were there who had scored between 20 marks to 30 marks. 30 students were there who scored 30 or more than 30 but less than 40. Here again 60 students were there who had scored either 40 or more than 40 but less than 50. Similarly here this interval 20 students marks was either 50 or more than 50 but less than 60. Here same 60, either they have scored 60 or more than 60 but less than 70. This is what? Interval. This is called class. So this type of data if you have given, so this is called class. And in this class we are finding data. How to find data? So in fact this is a given data, so we will find average of this data, and that we will write here. In this table I will write the average of this data. So here 20 and 30, what is the average of 20 and 30? 20 plus 30 is 50. 50 by 2, how much? 25. So here I will write average, means upper limit plus lower limit divided by 2, that will be average. Achha, in this case number of students are here. If I want to find the total number of a student, then how many number of a student will be there? So this all number, if you add these all, it will give you total number of a student. Here only I want to tell you one word named mode. One word is called mode. Mode we are using in the statics. Mode. Mode means, you just try to understand mode. Suppose you are going to write exam, and suppose you have written an exam from class 1 to 10 and you have selected 4 subjects: math, science, geography and history. 4 subjects were there: math, science, geography and history. In that every exam class 1 to 10 you have written the marks, your marks is there. In that, suppose in math you got 5 times 50 50 50. 5 for example from class 1 to 10 you got 50 marks 5 times. And in geography you got 50 marks 3 times. And history you got 50 marks 2 times. And another subject you got 50 marks 8 times. So mod will be which one you have got maximum time, that will be called mod. For example, if I am writing here 1 2 3 4 1 2 9 7 4 2 4, this is a data. Some data is given. In this data I want to write 1 how many time came? 2 times. 2 how many time came? So 2 you can see 3 times. And 4 how many time came? 1 2 3 times. Let me write here 2, one more. So here 2 is 4 times and 4 is 3 times. 1 2 3. Here 3 came how many time? 1, only 1 time. 7 came 1 time and 9 also 1 time. This is your data. If I am asking what is the mode of this data, mode of this data means which number came maximum time. So you can see that 4 came 3 times. So the mode of this data will be 3. That means this will be a data for which is repeated 4 times. That is called mode. Mode means which is occurring maximum time. So here will be mode, how much? 3, the maximum number. Similarly here, if I have to find the mode, then how to find the mode? In fact here both are similar. In that also we will discuss when both are same interval, same number, how to find mode. So if you see the mode, so we can see that this is 25 time, 30 time, 20 times, 70 and 60. Which number is repeated maximum? So maximum time 70 has been repeated. That means this interval, the marks of the student from 40 to 50 are maximum. Maximum student got marks between 40 to 50. So this class will be called model class. This class will be called model class. Model class means what? The class which has been repeated maximum time. So this class has been repeated maximum time. So this will be called model class. This lower limit will be called lower limit of model class. This upper limit will be called upper limit of model class. So this is called model class. So if anyone is asking what is the model class, so this will be a model class. And similarly, if I am giving another data, I am asking you a model class, then you can tell me easily. So if I am asking you here interval x and here is frequency, if I am telling you 20 to 40, 40 to 60, 60 to 80 and 80 to 100, this is 3, 2, 7, 9. If I am asking you which is the model class, then you can say this interval has been repeated 3 times, this interval 2 times, this interval 7 times and this interval 9 times. So model class will be this one. This will be model class because this has been repeated 7 times. Frequency means what? Frequency tells about the repetition, how many times the data has been counted, data occurred, how many times. That is called a model class, frequency. So this will be our model class. This will be our model class. So this is the way to identify which is the model class. Model class means the class which have a maximum frequency is called model class. So you write here maximum frequency, maximum frequency containing class is called model class. Maximum frequency containing class is called model class. So now you can clearly say that which is a model class and which is a not model class. Similarly, mean, we have to find the mean of a classified data. We will come back to that point, but before that we need to discuss this. Now tell me, if I am asking you, here is, if I am giving x and here is frequency means repetition. If I am giving you 10 and here I have given 3, 9, this is 4 time, 2 came 7 time and 1 it came 8 time. So what is the mode? This is the mode. Which is if you are asking which number has been maximum time repeated, then you will say that 1 has been repeated maximum time. That is 1 is a model, 8 is the mode. 8 is the mode. How many times it has been repeated? 8 times. So it is a mode, and which has been repeated 8 times? 1 model. This is a model, this is a mode. So model means which data has been repeated maximum time, and mode means how many times that has been repeated. that gives your frequency. That means a frequency which is a maximum, that class, that data, that all things are called model. So here you see this frequency has been repeated 8 times, that means 1 has been repeated 8 times, that is 8 is a mode and it of what? Mode of 1 or this data. So in entire data 8 has been repeated 8 times, 1 has been repeated 8 times. So this is a mode. That means you can now able to say which data, which particular person, which particular marks, which particular anything has been occurred maximum in any given data. So this is called model. So I hope you have understand how to find a mode and model class, model interval. So this is about the mode. How to find the mode, that we will discuss after completing mean. How to find mode, how to find the mode of any given data if it is given in interval. Now our discussion was about mean of a given data. What type of mean? Till now we are discussing about arithmetic mean. We have to discuss geometrical mean and harmonic mean also. So our discussion till now is about the arithmetic mean. So arithmetic mean of a group data as well as individual data we have already seen in class itself. Now we are going to see the same topic what I had written, mean of classified data. So mean of classified data is, you just suppose that if interval I am writing x I and here if I am writing frequency f, suppose I have given you that 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50. So one thing, in our discussion every time interval length class marks, our interval length should be same in all intervals. See, this 20 minus 10 is 10, 30 minus 20 is 10, this is 10, this is 10. In our syllabus it all should be equal. That means height of the interval, duration of the interval should be equal. If it is a 25 here from 30 to 35, then we cannot calculate mean by using this method. We may have some other, we have to use some other technique to find mean of the data, but in our discussion every time this interval length will be same. And here if I am writing frequency, let's say 3579. So first of all before finding the data, before finding the mean, we will find its average of a data. So see, just try to understand, 3 students were there whose marks was between 10 to 20. So on an average, what were the marks? On an average 10 marks was for every student. How to find? So upper limit plus lower limit divided by 2. So we will find value which will be upper limit plus lower limit. So we will write here upper limit, that is 10 plus 20 divided by 2 is how much? 15. Similarly here will be, what is the middle point of these two interval? 25. Middle point of these two interval, how to find? Average. How to find average? Add these two divided by 2, that will be average, that will be the middle point. So here middle point will be 35. Here middle point will be 45. And now this we will assume as anything what you want, xi, let me write capital X, let me denote with the capital Xi. And how to, now it becomes a group data. It was given in a class data and I have converted it into group data. Now this became a group data. So there is no use of this interval now. There is no use of this interval because this interval was a problem. for our calculation of mean, and I have replaced this interval with group data. And this one we have seen, if x is given, this frequency is given, then how to find the mean. We have a two method, already I have discussed, in fact 3 methods are there in your syllabus. We have discussed only for 2 method, but that is direct method and assumed mean method. Okay, next what we are going to do, we are going to multiply these two. So we are going to write xi into f, multiply this 45, multiply this 125, multiply this 245, and this is this is what our data. And now we will use the same technique for finding the mean of data. What is the mean? Mean, you know, x bar is equal to, so first of all we will find summation of frequency. Summation of frequency means addition of these two. This is how much? 10, 15, 20 and 9, 24. So total number of data, total frequency is 24, means total student who had appeared in exam was 24. And if I want to find the total f into x, xi, fi, that will be sum of this. If you add 4, 4.5, or this is 2.5, 5 to 7, 8, 8 25, 825. Once add it, check, I think it will be same only. If it is not coming same, you check it, calculation, addition, you check it. And then summation, we know summation is equal to, you know what is called mean. Mean is equal to summation of fi xi divided by summation of f. That means this one divided by this one, you are getting what, how much? 825 divided by 24. This is mean of this given data. This is a mean of this given data. So this is what classified type. This is what classified data. So this data is these data are given in a class interval, and we are finding their mean. So this will be called classified data. Why it is called classified data? Because this is given in a class. This is given in an interval, and before data was given in a particular value. And now see, if I forgetting this one, this interval, this one, then we can see here this data is given a particular, that means 15 marks. How many students got? 3 students. 25 marks, how much? 5. So but it is not possible to write all the terms in this exact data, because if your numbers are like some student got 11 marks, 12 marks, 13 marks, 14 marks, 15 marks. So what will be your, how will we write? If you write the data, it will be long chart will be there, because 3 student got between 10 to 20. It means someone got 11, someone 19 and someone 18. So 3 times you have to write this same data. For avoiding this data, for avoiding this long chart, we are writing in a class. Because if you are taking the class length 10, it means from 10 to 20 all the number are coming in a one class, and that can be counted in a single row. That can be written in a single row. That means from 10 data or more than 10 data which was between 10 to 20, that has been written in a single row. Otherwise we had to write a 10 row for writing the same data. This data can be written as 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So this much data means 10 numbers could be write in a row for writing these 3 data. And similarly we had to write for this also. That's why we are writing in a class to avoid the long chart, because data maybe this is a small number. When you are going to calculate, maybe have a long number of data. That means it may have a large number, frequency may be large, because here our consideration was 2024 student. If our consideration will be about 1,000 student, in that our chart will be so longer, because Someone will may get also in a fraction, their marks may be in a fraction. Someone will get 20.5, someone will get 21.5, 19.5. So these all data are possible. So that's why it's not possible to make all the chart from 0 to full marks and then tabulate their marks. If numbers of students are less, then it's possible, otherwise it will be quite difficult. So that's why we are writing an interval, and this is what? Interval. Okay, next we see. Here we can use all the technique what we was using in the group data. I had told you here how can you calculate this, how can you find the mean directly, that I have already discussed in a class. Directly you can find the mean of this data without doing this all calculation. And another method was to find the data for finding a mean of a number, mean of a data. Another method is a assumed mean method. There we will assume its mean and we will use the formula a plus summation of x into f divided by summation of f. So here everything is applicable. Why applicable? Because this group data firstly we have converted in a this class data first we are converting in a group data, and after this became a group data. So everything we can calculate according to group data. All calculation will be according to the group data, because it was in a given a class and that class has been converted in a group. Now it is available group. So all group method, whatever we were calculating, whatever we were using, everything will be applicable here. Okay, one second. Now if we want to find, suppose we have a data like this, we have a data 10 to 15, 15 to 30, 20, 20 to 30 and 30 to 35, and here I am writing this is x value and this is f value. One second, let me check whether everything is going correct or not. Only 8 members are there. Okay, so here is the frequency that I am writing here 10, 20, 30 and 40. If I want to find its mean, so first of all we cannot find the mean directly. Why? Because you see class length 5, but here 10, here is 10. Class length are not same. If class length is not same, then we cannot have a method, we cannot find in this method. So we must have class interval equal. So if I am writing here 25 and here 25 to 30, now we can calculate this mean. And if I am asking you what is the mode of this data, so mode will be this. Mode of this data will be this. Why? Because 40 is the largest number in this table, and corresponding this length is called class length. This is a class length. Here data 25 and 30, these are called lower and upper limit. Okay, if we want to find the mean of this data, so mean will be found easily. How? We can find first capital X. Some book are denoting by another letter, there is no problem, notation is not a problem. So what is the middle point of this? 25 by 2, 12.5. This is how much? 17.5. How I am finding? This plus this divided by 2. This plus this divided by 2. So this will be how much? 22.5. And this is how much? This is 27.5. And if we want, next we need to find multiplication of these two. So if you multiply XIF, so multiplication will be 125. This will be 35. Correct? और this one will be 15 में 6 1 7 6. And this one will be 4 के 20 हाथ में 2 28 2 30 हाथ में 3 8 3 11. This one, this will be your. Next we need summation of f. Summation of f we find 10 plus 20 30, 30 plus 30 60, 60 plus 40 100. This is 100, and here you are getting this one summation of f I xi. You are getting this is 7 1 8 3 11 11.5 19. I think this is the addition, and our mean will be summation of xi fi divided by summation of f. So we are getting 1950 divided by 100. So you are getting 19.5. That means 19.5 was an average marks of the student, and an average marks of the all student was 19.5. Means every if it is a average of amount, then every if you distribute the total amount in equally to the all student, then every student will get 19.5 rupees every month. So this is the meaning of mean. This can be also found by using assumed mean method. We can also find the mean of this data by using assumed mean method. What is there? There we will assume anything as a mean, and after that we will find the difference of data and assumed mean. After finding the difference, we are getting a number which will be less than this number. So calculation will be easy. And after finding this data, we have to multiply. We have to follow the same process. At last, we have to add assumed value. What was our assumed value that we have to add? So this was your about the assumed mean data. We have to discuss mode and model of any group data. So that we will discuss next day. That will be next day. Thank you.